Hello everyone. As someone who's making their own YouTube pilot with Android characters, I thought I would take a look at one of Pop's new pilots. Albeit it doesn't have anything to do with Android characters. At least I don't think it does. We'll be looking up Homestuck today. And I just want to preface that I know absolutely nothing about Homestuck. I'm aware that it is, I think, a comic series, but outside of the name, I know nothing. This is someone going in with fresh eyes.
A young man stands in his bedroom.
Okay, so from the very beginning of it, one of the things that really kind of uh, is off-putting to me is like the style. Now, granted, again, I know nothing of Homestuck, but the like really like clean, thick lines with the characters that are completely looks like white. You know, just like clean cookie cutter, like no skin tone shading to me. It This style reminds me heavily of like the Odd Ones Out or like Jaden Animations, and I don't know. I just feel like because there is one thing I know is that these characters are like altered from how Homestuck actually looks. So I figure like if you're going to like change the designs of the characters, at least I guess update them for a modern audience, you could at least make them look less just generic. Like these look like something I would find on a YouTube channel that is going over their like life story and not something you would see from like a pilot by one of the most like well-known animators on YouTube. And my issue with this, the very beginning scene right here, is that the music like crescendos, but it really doesn't deliver, and I don't know why it like deflates at the end because you usually when you like have a rise in music, like the volume and the sophistication of the music and everything like that. Um, Usually when that builds up and then it like deflates, usually you see something that you were not expecting. Like you'll see a superhero like getting ready, getting dressed, loading like pistols or whatever, and like putting a katana blade on their sword, and then like as the music's rising, you focus in on different parts of them. But then when it like it ends and it like shows you the complete picture of the character you're going to be following in the story, and the music dies, that's it's usually to show like the rest of them that's like not as cool as the little bits you were seeing. Like they've got a bit of like a skinny fat tummy. They got buck teeth. They got one clubbed foot. Like they usually it's to show something that you hadn't already seen from the full picture, but you've already seen the character by the time the music ends. So this seems kind of like a wasted scene. Like you didn't need to add the music in. It doesn't really add anything. You could have just like had simple music or done something else other than what you did. It just seems like they were trying to make it more directed towards Homestuck fans than just a general audience. At least for this scene in specific.
It just so happens that today, the 13th of April, 2009, is this young man's birthday. This is, Zeusmel Poop Lord.
It's John, actually. John Egbert.
Zeusmel Poop Lord. A classic teenage boy that enjoys classic teenage boy things like playing video games, programming computers, poorly, researching paranormal lore, watching terrible movies, and aspiring to be a magician. You know, classic boy stuff.
John, happy birthday, bro!
Thanks, Dave.
So, tell me what insane loot you got.
Well, Dad went on another one of his baking rampages, so the house is full of fucking cakes again. But on the bright side, it looks like he got me a sweet new movie poster. Stupid tape. Ah. Holy shit!
Oh, let me guess. Another 1980s abomination for your dog shit collection?
Little fucking monsters!
I do have to say, if the majority of the
Christ, I stand
series is
corrected.
following John
Man really
around,
came through.
and
I have to put this up
a lot of
immediately.
it
Let's see what I-
involves like being in his room. The fact that he's a white character and his room is entirely gray with very little color in his room in comparison to the other character whose name I don't remember. That guy who's called like Insufferable Prick. In contrast to him being a white character, and his room just looks like a normal like background you'd see in any other show, you know, with like color and shading and all that such. I don't understand why they did that decision, because it just looks like it's so different stylistically that it just clashes. Because for one thing, the white characters, if they're going to be just like completely white outline characters, they just look more pleasing to be in a background that's not also completely white. For some reason, Vizzy Pop shows a lot of the time tend to have this issue where like the character would be red and black or whatever, and then the backgrounds would also end up being red and black. If they're going to have these characters around and they're all going to be in like one of the main like focal areas is going to be like John's room, I really hope that's not the case, because it just looks so lifeless and he just blends in too much with the background. It just makes every scene with him in that one specific area absolutely dull and really boring and dry to like look at.
Got around here. Is it? Okay. Hammer. What about nail?
Ah, the Sylladex. Every player has one.
Shit.
A great tool
Shut
for
up.
storing, combining, and
Mute.
stacking items. This Sylladex uses a stack modus, so be careful not to stack too much, or you risk losing the item at the bottom of your capture log deck.
Mute!
Wait, is that the narrator? You haven't turned it off yet?
He's usually not this talkative.
Also, stack modus? That's too fucking basic. It's an inventory management crisis waiting to happen. My bro set me up with HashMap. He's awesome.
Oh yeah, switch the, modus thingo.
Look, at least arm yourself. Not with those creepy fake arms you got. Pop some kind of weapon in your stripe specibus.
Alright, specibus. And done. Hey, it freed up some space.
Nice. What sick weapon did you choose?
Well, I only had a hammer, so...
Hammer guy for life!
Wait,
Hope
what?
you like hammers, dude. Fucking classic. Egbert blunders into a mid-ass weapon for the rest of his damn life.
Yeah, well, joke's on you. I fucking love hammers.
Oh shit, I actually forgot the whole point of calling you other than the day of your birth.
Hammer.
Did the beta come yet?
Shit. Ugh. Hang on, I can check.
Oh, how's it not arrived yet? I got 2 copies, but it's not like I'm gonna play them though. Did you see it got slammed in Game Bro magazine?
Game Bro's a joke, and you know it.
Okay, so one thing that I'm not really understanding is that these characters are talking as if we're already supposed to like acknowledge the fact this is, I suppose, some sort of like weird reality where like it's like virtual life, but then also real life. Like, I'm so confused as to what the premise of this is. Again, I don't know anything about this show or the series really other than its name. So to me, as someone coming in who's got a fresh pair of eyes, seeing these characters and they're acting like it's their everyday life, then all of a sudden they've got like a narrator they can like shut off, and like they're waiting. The two teenagers are waiting for like their the birthday gift to come in, but then they've also got like an inventory management system that they have to keep track of, and like weapons that they have to use. It's all very like jarring. There's no setup to this to me. Like to me, like this is just like two characters that are living in their own world, but they've also got virtual reality stuff going on for some reason. Like but it's also happening in real life with like without like a VR headset or any of that extra special stuff. So it's just very jarring to me just coming in and seeing this. I have no idea what to make of for the plot, and I don't even know if it's supposed to make sense to me right now as it is.
Ah, damn it. Looks like my dad's back. I'll call you later. I'm gonna have to sneak down.
Word. Let me know when you get the beta so I can keep being too cool to play it with you. Later. Whoa.
Champ, you can do anything if you put your mind to it. I believe in you. Aww.
Hello, John. I understand you've recently come into the possession of the Game of the Year as featured in respectable periodicals such as Game Bro magazine.
Oh, hey, Rose, and no, not yet. Dave's a filthy fucking liar. I don't know you listen to him.
Sorry, John. I just lose all sense of composure when I catch the slightest glimpse of his PFP in my DMs.
What?
Oh, please, John. The hair, the shades, the irony poisoning. Let's not pretend you're immune to his aura.
Okay, look. I'm not saying bro is hard on the eyes or anything, and we all have our moments of weakness, but... shit! What was I saying?
I think you were about to confess something to me, John.
Ah! Okay, shut the fuck up. You're making me blow my stealth mission. My dad could be around any one of these corners with a fucking cake or another upsetting clown present. I can't be too careful.
John, you're not wearing one of your silly disguises, are you?
No, of course not.
That's a relief. It would be a shame to make a fool of yourself in front of a distinguished gentleman such as your father.
Rose, what do you take me for? Some sort of fucking jester? This is serious business.
Why don't you just go ask your dad for the game?
For the same reason you don't just go ask your mom for shit. Ah, damn it!
Touché.
Okay, I'm gonna try my luck at the mailbox, and it better not be empty.
And what if it is?
Then I'll shove my hand so far up its metal ass, the Postmaster General himself will feel the tingly touch of my probing magician's fingertips!
What?
Oh, and Rose, I'm literally wearing perhaps the silliest disguise ever right now, and have been this entire time. Haha! Bye, sucker!
Goodbye, John.
Yeah, I don't know if this show is actually supposed to be funny because I haven't really like laughed once. A lot of the show, like he just randomly puts on disguise, like put on the disguise. There was nothing that like preempted him putting on the disguise. He just did it, and then with the weird like the clown popping out of the cake, and then the dad giving that heartfelt message for no random reason. It just all seems like this is background lore for people that are like really big Homestuck fans that they would get, but again, as I've said before, like I don't know anything about this show, so like to me it just seems like pandering. Like I'm not getting the joke. I'm not in on the joke. The joke's probably not even meant for people like me who've never even seen the show. So it just feels like odd. It just seems like it just put in there just for like fan service, and for some reason the girl character, she just starts talking about how the guy who's like insufferable is like really dreamy and trying to get the John guy to also go along with like he's really hot. I think that just seemed kind of odd. I don't know why that happened. the dialogue in this just feels so weird, especially with the fact that every single word out of their mouths is just some sort of like cuss word. Um, that's one real big thing I don't like about Busy Bob's writing is that if it just uses curse words as jokes themselves, and that's as deep as it goes. And the funny thing is, so like shows like South Park will do it, but they'll be like extra like commentary on top of that makes it funny. And to her, the joke is the cuss word. There's nothing like below that. There's no deeper layer. It's just the first draft, and that's it. There's no subtle context, and that's what I feel like. The show has context, but it's only got context that I think would make sense if you've like read the, I guess, comic that this thing was based off of.
Hey, John, happy birthday! Did you get my package yet?
Hey, Jade, I'm literally outside right now checking the empty mailbox.
John, are you still there? I can't hear anything. Hello?
The streets are empty. Wind skims the voids, keeping neighbors apart, as if grazing the hollow of a cut reed or, say, a blundered mailbox. A familiar note is produced. It's the one desolation plays to keep its instrument in tune. It is your 13th birthday, and as with all 12 preceding it, something feels missing from
Mute
your...
narration!
Jeez, John. And you guys say I'm spacey?
Sorry, what were we,
Did you get my present?
Oh, right. Okay, I think I can see it. A green package, right? But it's locked in my dad's car. Great.
That's it! I'm so glad it arrived! Let me know when you open it. Until then, what have you been up to today?
I think my Spur beta arrived, but my dad probably has it. I've been trying to avoid him, as you can well imagine.
I sure can. Sounds like the game I play with my grandpa sometimes. And what's this about Spurb? Is it a game or something?
I thought you knew about it. Jade, are you messing with me again? Never mind. I don't know really, but Rose and I wanted to play. Aha! I knew he had it.
Oh, sounds fun. Ah! What was that?
What happened? Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm gonna go check it out, though. Good luck with your game.
All right, just be careful, okay?
I will. Bye, John.
Dude, did you get the title drop yet?
What?
Title drop.
Dude, what the fuck are you even...
For fuck's sake, don't tell me you missed the fucking title drop. You gotta pay attention to this shit. Did Jade knock you off your game with her Space Cadet BS?
Dave, I don't have time for your vaguely ironic horse shit.
I got my title drop with haste, bro. Up at the crack of dawn, early bird and all that. Just looked up at the sky, boom, there she fucks. Felt mad significant. Gave me a hella jolt of protag syndrome. Not that I'ma be the hero of this bitch. That's all you,
You're
bestie.
such a piece of shit. Can you just
Look
tell
in
me...
the sky, numbnuts!
The fuck is that? No, not that. What's that?
There's like so much going on, so I guess they're waiting to see if this game is here. So he's also trying to look for like the presents his dad has been hiding, and then but there's way too much going on. So like they're introducing like John, his friend the guy friend who's insufferable, the one other chick, the narrator, I guess, who was maybe that hooded character from the beginning who's in a desert for some reason. There's so much happening in this episode, and it's really hard for me to like have any idea of what's happening in total. Like, if this is the pilot, the only thing I can gather is they live in some sort of virtual reality world that they can interact with as the same time as they're doing just regular, like, everyday things. And at the same time, they've got all this other extra stuff happening. Like you just saw with like the meteorite that he can see with his um, that is spyglass thing that he just happens to notice for some reason. And also the random arms that are just like in the random arm that was in the sky, and it's all these little Easter egg stuff with like the making the cakes around the house, and like the clowns and everything like that. Like there's I'm not being as someone who's never seen the show, I can't stop reiterating this. I have no context for anything that is happening. It's just happening, and I have to like vaguely like figure my way out to figure out what is even happening for like 75% of this plot line. I can't identify the setting. Is it like a fantasy world? Is it real life, but like some sort of like advanced technology? Are these even basically like humans, or are they like some sort of like weird variation race? Like I don't understand it. Like nothing's really making sense. It just feels like one of those like 90s cartoons, like Cow and Chicken, where like stuff just kind of happens. But at the very least with Cow and Chicken, I mean, there was still a semblance of like something happening. Like it's a cow and it's a chicken, and their parents are humans for some weird reason, and they just go on misadventures. At least then, like the premise was as simple and as bare bones as that. But this is like has got all these extra like Easter egg stuff that I have to like parse through and figure out how they're even remotely relevant to the plot. Which more than likely they're not. They're probably just Easter eggs and just there, and just being talked about so casually when they don't really have anything to do with anything. Like if this stuff could like, it would be very helpful if they explained like even remotely anything of what's happening. Like they don't go into why the dad makes cakes or why he leaves clowns all over the house, or why there's a meteorite, or why they have a narrator. Like all of this stuff is just happening, and you're just expected to be like, yeah, that makes sense, when it really doesn't, and it's annoying.
Here we go!
Like I just said before, no context. He just walks into the kitchen for some reason. That's like a boss battle with his dad. I don't understand. I don't understand why it happened. No one even said anything. They just started attacking each other. Is this just something that happens in their lives, where like they don't talk with their parents? They only talk with people around their age. They only like communicate with their parents through like what, fighting, or like, I don't understand it. Nothing makes sense. This world doesn't make sense to me. I mean, if you've read the comic, I suppose it makes sense, but it doesn't. To me, at least not right now. There's no dialogue that's happening between them. There's no explanation as to why they're about to fight. The only thing I can understand is that because at the end he went to go grab the present, he was fighting him to get the present, but it doesn't explain why the dad was fighting. Is this just how, like, in this world you only solve, like, oh yeah, I want you to do your homework, and your kid tells you to go get bent, and then you just start fighting just so that the kid does their homework? Is that how the laws of this reality work? Because if that's how it is, that needs to be said or spoken or anything. And is that why they carry weapons around? Can everyone? Apparently, everyone in this world can carry weapons, because I guess the dad was using the cakes as a weapon. But does that mean that he's constantly making cakes? Does he make cakes that when it's not someone's birthday? Are the cakes that he's laid around his weapons? I don't understand it. It doesn't make sense. This world is so completely confusing, and no one's explaining anything to me in this. A pilot is supposed to show it. It's either supposed to do two things, and like my pilot's going to be just, I'm going to have these characters. They are trying to basically, like, the whole thing is really simple. They're just trying to go in, grab an item, and then leave. And then they've got, and then the one of the main characters in my series is going to come in and stop them, and then one of the villains is also one of the main characters in my series. Like that. That's it. This is the premise. Like, there's a little bit of world building, and that's it. At least for the first episode. I don't really feel like, because I don't feel like being like. Usually, when it comes to pilots, there's like two things that can happen. One, you have a very, very, very slow start to a show where, like, you're just introduced to, like, maybe two characters, and then, like, a little bit of the plot is being given to you, and that's how mine's doing it. Or the first episode is just you're getting everything tossed at you, like the whole like, they may even have one episode and then a second episode, or it's just one episode, but it's like really, it's like so much longer than the rest of the plot just to get everything going, and they just show like everything that they're able to, just to, like, tell you this is what's going to happen here. This is what it's all about. And for the most part, this feels like the latter. Like, you're just getting everything thrown at you. Well, as much as they can, I suppose. And I don't really think that's the way they should have put it. I think they should have spent this entire episode, don't even show the narrator, don't show any of that. Just focus on setting, like, John's specific part of the world set up. Like maybe explain, like, his relationship with his dad, I guess, is why he's so adversarial, and like maybe show, like, his insufferable friend, and, like, maybe one of the other friends. Like, I don't know why you had to introduce, like, three characters in the same pilot when all they're doing, they're not interacting with him, they're just on the phone talking. He's just got three people that are just asking him, hey, did you get the game yet? That's it. They didn't contribute anything to the plot. They just all said the same thing. I feel like this could have been compacted, and the pacing would have been a lot better. You just focus on him trying to find his game after his friend told him about it. That's it. But no, this is a Vizzy Pop show, so of course I've got to shove like 15 different things down someone's throat before you actually understand what is even going on. You can't just follow one storyline. It's all got to be like, just every time, every second, no slowing down, no breaths taken. Just all in all, it's either action or you're just being spammed with like 30 years of exposition down your throat.
Finally got my beta, guys. With a lot of trouble, thanks for asking. Cover looks pretty lame. Hey, what if I just didn't play it?
Yeah, well, I'm not playing it. LOL, not even ironically.
John, please install it with Alacrity.
Ignore Dave, John. You should play! There are so many cool adventures we get to go on together.
When you say it like that, Jade, it sounds like you know the future.
I'm fine with like the very end of it because most of the time if you've got a pilot and it's got some sort of like episodic storyline in it, some people will be like they're going to show like a bunch of the extra stuff that's going to happen down the road. That way that people know like, oh, these are going to be, these characters will be introduced on all this such. The one thing that really annoyed me was that apparently this girl has been sleeping this entire time. Like she's not actually awake or something, which makes me wonder how on earth is she communicating with them if she's asleep right now? Or I guess she's not asleep and this is the future that she's seeing. I don't know. It's very, I feel like they should have cut her out that she's having a future vision and just showed it off as events that are going to happen in the future instead, and just like bring up that she's got some sort of like future sight, pun intended, in the future. But yeah, no. This, for some reason, now I could be wrong here. I feel like this pilot is one of like VivziePop's like least well received pilots, just because of the fact that in the entire time it's been out, like a standard episode of like Hell of a Boss would already have had like 1.5 million views in like the first day, maybe even like the first couple hours, whereas Homestuck has only been able to get, and it's been 3 days since this thing came out, 1.5 million views. It's the Homestuck the animated pilot trailer, which came out a month ago, is at 1.6 million views. I don't think this pilot is like was as sought after as people believe it. As whoever the producers thought it would be. I think it just is. I don't know. It doesn't really seem all that appealing. Like I don't. The premise I don't understand. Every character it's shown off, I have very little like. There's so little personality to them, except for like the insufferable guy. He's like the only one who I vaguely can like latch on any sort of like traits. But that's mostly because they just explain that he's just an insufferable like ass. The main character just seems kind of cookie cutter. The two girlfriends seem kind of like one's goth and one's like really cheerful. And then I guess they've got some sort of like anime-esque like the Akatsuki and the Espada kind of villains that are coming in, which is I guess why these four heroes, I suppose, carry weapons around. I don't really know how this world works, but I guess eventually we'll figure it out because they're obviously going to try and cash in on this series as much as unfathomably possible. But yeah, that's fine. I expect it with this show. My question is, okay, so is this whoever produced Homestuck? Are they actually in this, or is this just something where like VivziePop has gone in and she's just like taken off the whatever dialogue Homestuck had before it and is just re-editing it with her own writing style? Because God, I hope that's not the case. I don't. VivziePop's writing is rushed, and it's just built to like bait you into like rooting for the wrong character all the time. Like a lot of them don't really tend to make sense. But I don't know. Well, I'll just have to, I guess, wait and see what happens with this project, if anything happens with this project. Some of them will probably end up dying with this project. I mean, I don't even know about anything about the series, and even I know about Homestuck as is a thing. So, I guess something will happen with it. I mean, they're already showing off, where you can buy all the merch to, I guess, support the project. So, who knows? I do know one thing. It's that they had gotten rid of whatever fan project they were going to have in regards to the show. They had actually gotten rid of that. There was a cease and desist given to them. I don't really think that's nice on the creator to have done that, and from what I've heard, the creator of Homestuck is not exactly the most agreeable person. But anyways, that's really all I needed to talk about. If you like what I've said here, if you like animation and everything, go check out my channel because I am an animator. I've got stuff from my project on my channel right now. I've got I'm working on part 1 of my pilot, and hopefully I will be able to get that out soon. It will be voice acted, have a storyline that's currently happening. My style is more like anime-esque than cartoony, and the only thing I will say is don't expect it to be colored. It will be in grayscale. I tried to color it, but it's taking so long that I just figured it'd be easier to get stuff out to just do it in grayscale. So maybe if I gain traction, I'll go back and get everything recolored. But for right now, that's what I'm gonna have to do so I can actually get stuff out and done. If you like that, subscribe, like, comment, all that good stuff. Okay, bye. Thank you.